Shadows on the highway, unmasking the Hells Angels. The roar of thunder in the dead of night. Picture this. It's April 27, 2002, in the neon-drenched chaos of Laughlin, Nevada. The Harrah's Hotel and Casino pulses with the raw energy of a biker gathering, thousands of leather-clad outlaws revving engines like war cries. Then, without warning, the air shatters. Fists fly, bottles shatter, chains whip through the crowd. What starts as a tense standoff between the Hells Angels and their mortal enemies, the Mongols, erupts into a battlefield. Knives flash, bullets rip through flesh, and in mere minutes, 3 men lie dead, dozens more bleed out on the casino floor. This isn't a movie scene. It's the River Run Riot, a brutal symphony of vengeance that leaves the gaming tables slick with blood and the nation gasping. But who are these iron-fisted riders who turn paradise into pandemonium? And what dark empire have they built from the ashes of post-war rebellion? Strap in, because we're peeling back the veil on the Hells Angels, the world's most infamous outlaw motorcycle club, a brotherhood forged in fire, fueled by fury, and stained with secrets that could topple kings. Birth of the Beast, from war vets to asphalt kings, our story revs back to March 17, 1948, in the dusty sprawl of Fontana, California. World War II has just spat out its survivors. Hardened men like Otto Friedli, a P-51 Mustang pilot who traded dogfights for dirt bikes after a nasty split from the pissed-off bastards MC-31, Friedli didn't just start a club, he ignited a revolution. Merging ragtag crews of ex-GIs disillusioned with civilian life, he christened them the Hells Angels, borrowing the name from the elite Flying Tiger Squadron in Howard Hughes' 1930 aerial epic. No rules, no regrets, just the endless blacktop and the thunder of Harley-Davidsons as their gospel. By the 1950s, the Angels were exploding across California, their iconic Death's Head skull patch, a grinning Grim Reaper designed by San Francisco charter prez Frank Sadalek, becoming a talisman of terror. These weren't weekend hobbyists. They were outcasts with a code. When we do right, nobody remembers. When we do wrong, nobody forgets. Ralph "Sonny" Barger, the gravel-voiced Oakland founder in 1957, turned the club into a colossus. Charters sprouted like wildfires from Auckland, New Zealand in 1961, the first overseas outpost, to the blood-soaked streets of Quebec 31. Barger, a chain-smoking tactician who dodged death more times than a cat with 9 lives, unified the fractious packs under iron bylaws. But beneath the V-twin roar lurked a shadow, whispers of meth labs in desert hideouts, gun-running deals sealed with a handshake and a shank. The Angels weren't just riding the wave of the 60s counterculture, they were surfing it on a tide of amphetamines and attitude, rubbing shoulders with LSD gurus like Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters, even crashing the Rolling Stones' Altamont stage in '69, where a stabbing turned the peace and love dream into a nightmare. 31. Hunter Stompson immortalized them in Hell's Angels, The Strange and Terrible Saga, 1967, calling them the last free people in America. But his gonzo lens caught the glint of something feral. Gang rapes in the Haight-Ashbury haze, where prospects pimped out women as initiation rites, coercion cloaked in club loyalty. Blood on the badge, wars that redefined outlaw. Fast forward to the 90s, and the Angels' empire cracks open like a busted skull. In Quebec, the Quebec Biker War ignites in 1994, a savage bid for drug monopoly that turns Montreal into a war zone. The Angels, hungry for every street corner's cocaine dollar, clash with the Rock Machine Alliance. Bombs rip through vans, drive-bys paint sidewalks crimson. By 2002, over 160 are dead, 300 maimed, and the streets reek of cordite and betrayal. To 31. Maurice "Mom" Boucher, the Montreal Charter's psychopathic prez, orchestrates hits from his cell, including the 2000 murder of 2 prison guards, strangled and throat-slit in broad daylight as a message to snitches. 1. It's turf war on steroids, with the Angels patching over rivals like the Los Bravos in Manitoba, only to face federal hammer blows. Project Defense in 2006 nets 13 indictments for extortion and coke hauls topping 7 kilos, 14. Across the pond, the Angels export their chaos. In the UK, the 1972 Winchester rape of a 14-year-old girl by 3 members shocks the Isles, just 3 years after their first British Charter 7. Fast forward to 1988. Ex-member Leonard Tedham gets life for strangling a sex worker, his Angels ties fueling the Frenzy 7 Germany. 1983 sees 500 cops storm Hamburg's Angels Place brothel in the red light district, busting leaders for extortion and pimping. 13 get 6 months to 7 years, the charter's symbols torched in a symbolic funeral pyre. 1. And in Spain, 2021's Marbella bust hauls 3 for an international coke ring, their clubhouse a front for kilos crossing borders like ghosts. 31 stateside, Operation Black Biscuit, 2003, infiltrates Sonny Barger's Phoenix crew. 21 months of undercover buys net $16 million in meth and coke, plus 20 pounds of explosives and silenced AKs, 0. 16 high rankers indicted for RICO, murder for hire, the works. But the big fish wriggle free, a testament to their code of silence thicker than chain link. Yet the hits keep coming. In 2022, Sonoma County Angels Jonathan John Nelson, Brian Wendt, and Russell Rusty Ott draw life sentences for a racketeering-fueled hit. Luring rival Joel Silva to Fresno's clubhouse, then blasting him in the back of the head. Cold, calculated. Club, Justice, 8. And don't get me started on the family slaughters. Vallejo, Prez, Otis, Buck, Garrett, a meth millionaire turned quadruple murderer, orders the 1978 hit on a witness and her 2 daughters, beaten, strangled, dumped like trash. He dies in prison in 2017, but the ghosts ride on 4 alliances with the mob? Check. Boston's Angels muscle in on Patriarcha Family Loan, sharking, raking $35 million from 350 victims in the 80s. 13 puppet clubs like the Red Devils do the dirty work, shielding the mothership from the feds' glare too. Echoes in the smoke, a brotherhood unbroken. As of today, September 20th, 2025, the flames still flicker. Just hours ago in Göteborg, Sweden, the Angels clubhouse erupted in a massive blaze, arson suspected, with a suspicious explosive device unearthed amid the rubble, forcing evacuations and bomb squad scrambles 25-30. Is it rival retaliation, a Fed setup, or the club torching its own tracks? The investigation's just ignited, but one thing's clear. The Hells Angels don't fade. They evolve, patching over enemies, smuggling shadows across borders. Sonny Barger, gone since 2022, but immortal in ink and infamy, once snarled, "We're the last outlaws." From meth-fueled massacres to courtroom cage fights, they've carved a legacy of leather and lead. But as sirens wail over smoldering ruins, ask yourself, in a world of suits and surveillance, can the Angels' roar outlast the reckoning? The highway's long, the night's endless, and the next twist could be yours to uncover. Subscribe to @BehindVeilTruths for the ride ahead. What secrets will we expose next? You won't want to miss it.